Welcome to Fueling Your Legacy, hosted by Samuel Knickerbocker. Each week, we expose the faulty foundational mindsets of the past and rebuild a new, stronger foundation essential in creating your legacy. We've got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. Welcome back to Fuel Your Legacy. This week we are going to be talking about how to overcome our fears. How do we break free from the fears that hold us back, and how do we launch into a fearless existence? So one of the things that has helped me in my life is to overcome fear. So a few weeks ago I mentioned that I had this experience learning my ABCs with my mother. And because of the kind of direct feedback that I got that was not great, I became a perfectionist. I thought that I needed to become perfect or next to perfect, because if I messed up at all, then I would get in trouble. I would get beat, really, if I was not perfect at all. And so because of that, it created this complex in my mind of fear. Now, I had overcome, I've talked about this a few times, where I was end of 2017, I got a coach to talk through why I was not succeeding in business, and came down to I didn't believe that I was worthy of success in business. So I fixed that little thing in my life, decided I was worthy of earning money, and almost tripled or quadrupled my income my monthly income from that point average. Well, then I go through 2018, and in October of 2018, I go to another coach and I say, man, what can I do? Well, in this coaching session, we processed through things, and I didn't realize that I was scared of success or scared of failure. I didn't realize that I had this perfectionist mentality necessarily. My wife kind of talked to me about it, because she's like, man, nobody needs an A or an A plus. For me, when I was going through college, if I got less than an A, I felt like I failed the class, and I was not satisfied with less than an A. And so she was sitting there saying, look, that's not really that important. B's and C's get degrees. That's kind of her mentality. I think, well, did I give it my best? Okay. And if I didn't give it my best, there's no way. If I give it my best and I get a lower grade, I'm okay with that. But in reality, I really wanted an A, and anything less than an A, I didn't really feel satisfied with, even if it was my best, even if I feel like I put all the effort that I could into it. I feel like if I got less than an A, then I should have put more effort in. I should have found a way to do more and more and more. And this is when we start shooting on ourselves. We start creating this fear of failure. Well, going through this coaching situation, and we go through and it's like, okay, how much is it costing you, Sam, not to be doing what you feel like you should be doing? How much is it costing you living in fear of fully expressing yourself? I was like, man, it's costing me like hundreds of thousands of dollars not doing this. So why am I scared? Well, it came back down to this experience learning my ABCs of that I was fearful that if I didn't get perform with perfection, then I was going to get yelled at, and I was going to get beat. I was like, this is stupid. One, I'm no longer 6 years old. I'm a grown man, and nobody's going to touch me. Two, even if they did yell at me, I can remove myself from the situation. Three, they're probably not going to yell at me, because I'm going to succeed and be pretty happy about it. And even if I do something that's a little out of line, rather than yelling at me, they might say, hey, you need to correct this, and then I could go correct it and not get in as much trouble as I thought I was going to get in trouble doing. And so I reframed my whole experience, and what I learned from this experience with my ABCs is never giving up, continuing to try, because I did fail a lot, and I did get beat, and I did get yelled at, but I eventually learned my ABCs. My mom stuck with it. My mom kept teaching me. She didn't give up on me. She kept pushing through. She knew I could succeed, and so she kept going until I succeeded. And that is one of the best gifts that I've ever received from anybody in my life, is the belief that if I continue to proceed and progress, that I will succeed. And that is the essence of what removed the fear from me, because I no longer was scared of failure. I no longer was scared of not succeeding, because I knew that if I persisted, if I kept going, then I would succeed. So there's a few acronyms for fear. One of my favorites is false events appearing real, right? We believe that these things are real. Now, if you go back a few weeks, and we talked about this with, I forget his name, Keith Crossley, go back and listen to that episode. I forget which number it is, but in that episode, we talked about this, and the fear is entirely about living in a land of what if. It's about living not in reality. It's an alternate reality. Anytime you're living in fear, you're literally living in an alternate reality, because you're no longer dealing with what's right in front of you. You're dealing with and projecting all of the potentialities of all the other things that might be or could be, and that's what you're scared of. You're scared of realizing things that haven't even happened yet. And so in that experience, you're scared, you're fearful, but it's not serving you. So why not release all your fear, deal with only what's in front of you, and move forward that way? So that is really what I wanted to just hit heavy home. I know that this week we're going to be talking about it, and I'm excited about the things that help us overcome fear in our lives. But that is one of the biggest, is rather than being scared of failure, just already know failure is the way to success. Failure is going to happen, but it's only failure if you give up, right? So let's rephrase it. Missing the mark is going to happen. Not performing perfectly is going to happen. And all of that is, all it is feedback on how to improve, how to get better, how to succeed eventually, what not to do, because whatever that thing that didn't work, don't do it again. Do something better that's going to work in the future. And that is where fear transforms. Instead of fear and a negative thing, we can now say, okay, well, what is real? What is in our life, and how can we make that better? So super excited for this week. We'll catch you next time on Fuel Your Legacy. Thanks for joining us today. If what you heard resonated with you, please like, comment, and share on social media. Tag me so I can give you a shout out on the next episode. And thanks to all those who have left a review. It helps spread the message of what it really takes to build a legacy that lasts. Catch you next time on Fueling Your Legacy.